I'm here today with Jeremy Bowdler in our first presentation of Scooter Talk with Jeremy. For those of you that don't know, Jeremy is the editor of both Two Wheels and Scooter magazines, both leading publications of FPC magazine. This will be a regular segment where Jeremy will give his respective views on all things scootering. So welcome, Jeremy, to our first edition of Scooter Talk with Jeremy.
Thanks, Alan. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Today you thought we might make some comments on the importance of safety gear when riding a scooter. Why was that?
Well, I think everybody understands how fun scooters are, the freedom, the wind in the face, the traffic beating ability. But one thing I've noticed out and about is that so few people seem to be wearing appropriate gear for scooters. Because one of the things is we are vulnerable road users, and if the unforeseen happens, then we can get into trouble.
Right. So, look, the first bit of safety riding apparel is the jacket, or any kind of jacket. Do you think we should be coaxed out of not wearing one no matter what the conditions? Because sometimes it can be hot, sometimes it can be cold, and we can think sometimes of just leaving it off altogether.
Well, I think the first thing to bear in mind with jackets is that there's a great range of styles out there. Not necessarily only in scooter shops, but a lot of motorcycle emporiums have jackets from a wide range of things, full protective down to stylish with some protection in them. The important things to look at are protection in the back, the shoulders and the elbows. If you have those, you should be okay. Now, obviously in summer it's going to get hot, and again there is a new range of jackets which have very comprehensive venting. They're more or less like mesh with body armour. Now, they may not be the kind of style you're looking for your scooter, but in terms of protection, they're a wonderful thing. Wet weather clothing, again, it can be very uncomfortable riding a scooter in the rain if you're not wearing a jacket. Yeah. It hurts. So, again, scooter shops and motorcycle shops will have a lot of information, a lot of advice, and a lot of stock for you to wear.
Okay. Now, what about the next thing, helmets? Helmets, you know, they come in all shapes and sizes, and we've got that debate of open face helmets versus, you know, the full-faced helmets. What's your opinion there?
Well, again, the first thing to bear in mind with helmets is that it is a legal requirement to wear a helmet which is passes AS 1698, which is the Australian standards for helmets. Any helmet bought in Australia will pass that standard. Now, with helmets, they come, as you say, in a variety of sizes and shapes, but more importantly, the shell, the fiberglass or polycarbonate outer piece, comes in different shapes and different sizes. Now, the important thing is to get a helmet that is comfortable, because an uncomfortable helmet won't do you any favours. You'll lose concentration, you won't enjoy wearing it, you won't enjoy riding. So the important thing is to get a helmet that fits. When you try it on, it should be fairly tight to begin with, because it will loosen up as you wear it. So go for something that is tight but comfortable. That's the first thing. Open face versus closed face, full face helmets. It depends on what you're doing, where you're riding. I'm perfectly happy riding with an open face helmet around town. If it's raining or if I'm going further, a full face helmet is much more comfortable, just in case you get the odd stone thrown up in your face, it rains. But whether you ride an open face or a closed face helmet, the crucial thing is eye protection. Today we have a lot of scooter-centric helmets which have open face helmets with a pull-down visor. Those would be a minimum. Sunglasses are okay, but again you need to have your eyes protected just in case a bee flies in, stone chip, cigarette butt, that kind of thing. Whether it's open face or closed face, I'll leave up to you, but bear in mind that a closed face helmet will be more comfortable in the long run.
Yeah, that's fantastic advice. And last of all is probably gloves. Now, gloves are probably the forgotten factor in riding safety gear, and definitely something we tend to forget about in summer because, again, it's just the warmth and the heat, and they become uncomfortable for so many. What about gloves?
Well, I see a lot of scooter riders riding without gloves, and it makes me wonder, because I always think, how can you eat with chopsticks if you have no fingers? I depend on my fingers for my livelihood. I can't type without my fingers, which is why I wear gloves all the time. The first thing that you put down in an accident are your hands. You put them down to stop yourself falling to protect your head. So with gloves, what you want is padding on the palms. You can have ventilation in the fingers, that's fine, you won't even notice you're wearing them. Again, motorcycle shops and scooter shops have a wide range of gloves in both men's and women's sizes, different colours, different fabrics, different materials. There's a glove for every situation. But considering that your fingers are the most sensitive parts of your body, you need to wear gloves. Something else that you should be looking at is reasonable ankle protection. Again, it's very hard to walk with a messed up ankle, so reasonable boots are a very important addition to your riding wardrobe.
Okay, that's fantastic. So just how important is safety gear when riding a scooter or a motorcycle for that fact?
I've had a couple of very significant crashes at racetracks, and it's been the protective gear that's saved my life. Now, protective gear by itself may not save your life, it may not stop you having broken limbs, but what it will do is stop scratches, cuts and infection from happening. That's the crucial thing. What you need to do is to protect your body from gravel rash, from cuts, from abrasions, because that will allow any fractures or injuries to heal much more quickly, and if you're lucky, then you'll walk away without any major damage whatsoever. One of the most important things to think about with riding gear is that you have to wear it for a long time, but it will only work for a couple of seconds in a crash. So make sure it's comfortable, make sure the padding and the protection are in the right places, and make sure that you're happy with how you look and the level of protection it offers. Because in those final couple of seconds when there is an accident, that's what makes the difference.
Well, that's great advice, guys. So look, thanks, Jeremy, and we look forward to next time and your valued comments that you'll be giving each month on certain subjects that are all things scootering. So I'm Alan Drysdale, and that was Jeremy Bowdler. We'll see you next time on Scooter Talk with Jeremy.